Let me say something that might surprise you. Reading more books will not automatically change your life. Not even the right books or the best books. Not even this month's book of the month. If that makes you pause, good. Tap like right now because this conversation is going to stretch you a bit. Hey friend, welcome back to Leveling Up Talks by MaxUverse. I'm Susan, and this is the space where we talk about intentional growth, mindset shifts, powerful books, and what it really looks like to build a meaningful life and business, one aligned step at a time. This show is for intentional builders, curious thinkers, and growth minded creators who want more than inspiration, they want integration. Everything we talk about here is rooted in lived experience, applied growth, and the belief that knowledge only becomes powerful when it's practiced. And today we're going there. We're going there. Books are powerful, they expand perspective. They introduce new frameworks, they challenge belief systems, but reading alone does not create transformation, application does. And if you ever finished a book feeling inspired only to find yourself back in the same habits 2 weeks later, this episode is for you. Make sure you're subscribed before we go deeper. Today's success quote: knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. By Johann Wolfgang Goethe. That's the difference between growth culture and real growth. If you've been mistaking intellectual growth for actual growth, stay with me. The comfort of consuming reading can become a form of safe productivity. You feel like you're improving, you highlight, you underline, you post quotes, but nothing changes because learning is comfortable. Applying is disruptive. Reading about boundaries feels empowering. Actually, setting one feels uncomfortable. Reading about discipline feels motivating. Waking up earlier feels hard. Books introduce ideas, behavior creates identity. The book didn't fail you. You stopped at inspiration. How I learned this the hard way, let me tell you something honestly. There was a season in my life where I was reading constantly. Personal development books, leadership books, entrepreneurship books, mindset books. I had the language, I had the concepts, I could quote the frameworks, but my life had not changed at the level that it should have. Why? Because I was consuming more than I was implementing. I would finish a book feeling fired up, ready to go. And then I would move on to the next one. No integration, no behavioral shift. Everything changed when I started doing three things. Number one, I stopped reading for volume and started reading for application. Number two, I wrote down one action per chapter. Number three, I implemented within 24 to 48 hours max. When I read about habits, I built one. When I read about boundaries, I practiced one. When I read about clarity, I scheduled quiet thinking time. When I read about entrepreneurship, I actually launched MaxUverse. Not perfectly, and of course, not all at once, but consistently. This is how this podcast was born. This is how Litlu was built. This is how my own book became real instead of just an idea. Books became my teachers, but actions made them my mentors. The shift was not reading more, the shift was applying sooner. Intellectual identity versus embodied growth. There's something subtle happening in growth culture today. We curate books, we post aesthetic stacks, we talk about what we're learning all the time. But growth is not a vibe, it's a repetition, it's friction, it's choosing the uncomfortable steps. And this is why inside MaxUverse, We don't just focus on reading, we focus on reflection, on journaling, on challenges, on implementation, because reading without integration becomes performance. Reading with integration becomes transformation. If you want books that push you towards application, check out Atomic Habits, The War of Art, The Mountain is You, Deep Work. These books demand action, and that is the heart behind Lit Loop by MaxUverse. Lit Loop is not just about sending you another book. It's about helping you actually live what you read. Reflection prompts, intentional themes, community discussion. If you're ready to move from consumption to integration, explore Lit Loop at MaxUverse.com. Here is your glow forward wisdom. Books can open the door, but you still have to walk through it. I love that one. You don't need to read more to become more. You need to practice more. This week's challenge. Go back to the last book you read. Choose one idea, one sentence, one principle, and implement it within the next 48 hours. Then comment below and tell me what you chose. If you need help turning insight into action, the Boss Body Guide was designed for this exact bridge. It helps you move from what you know to what you do. You can grab it at MaxUverse.com. And if you want a space where reading turns into real application and accountability, join the MaxUverse Circle on Facebook. That is where readers become implementers. And as I prepare to launch my own book this summer, this is something deeply personal to me. I am not writing a book just to inspire you. I am writing a book that challenges you to live differently. If you want updates on that journey, you can learn more at susanriley.co. If this episode stretched you, good. Like it. Subscribe. Share it with someone who reads constantly but needs this reminder. Drop a comment with maybe an idea you're implementing. Because reading alone will not change your life. Applied truth will. And if you like a simple weekly reset tool that I personally use, the free Boss Buddy Guide is in the link in the bio. It's there whenever you're ready, of course. Don't forget to check out also the recommended videos. Now go be bold, go be brilliant, go be you, and I'll see you at MaxUverse.com.